nails, my birthday nails. So come on in, and without further ado, we're just gonna get started. So I will be starting off with some Nail Secret nude powder, nude blush cover powder. And so we'll be doing some acrylic nails. So here's what it looks like. I've already prepped my nails off live, so I'm just want to go ahead and go in with my first coat on this pinky and keep going. So I am using my non-dominant hand, so y'all just bear with me. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time, good live, and go from there. So I'm just patting this from sidewall to sidewall and making sure that I get this nice and equivalent to the left hand side. So we're going to drag this up. I'm going to drag this acrylic up and make sure we got it nice and pointed, or as best we can get it pointed, child. And then we will go in with one more coat. Okay. So this is my non-dominant hand. So again, it might not look quite like my dominant hand when I'm using my dominant hand, but we're going to try to get it as close as we can, child. As close as we can. So I'm continuing to drag this acrylic powder all the way up. And yeah, I think I'm okay with how this is looking. I'm just going to make that tip of the nail. So I just switch between both of my hands to make sure that I'm getting the best bead possible, because again, I'm using my non-dominant hand to do this. So then I'm going to create a tip here. And so the tip is just literally going to be here. Pat, pat, pat. Pat it in place. You're going to turn your nail, put it back in place. Pat, pat, pat. And then you're going to drag, okay? And as you are dragging the nail, your nail should be hardening. And so once it does that, you're all good. You created that nail tip. You should hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank y'all so much for the like, and thank y'all so much for stopping by with me tonight. Like I said, my birthday is tomorrow, but it's already tomorrow somewhere. So my birthday is March 29th. And so yeah, we're just gonna keep going from there, okay? So thank y'all so much for rocking with me. So now I'm gonna attempt to fill in the rest of my nails. And I do my nails myself, but y'all, the struggle be real, child. The struggle be real. So I'm gonna get just a nice little coat here. I mean, a nice little bead here. And then I'm just gonna go in and fill in the rest of my nail. Pat, 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 pat. And then we're gonna swipe. Okay, so you wanna make sure you're going sidewall to sidewall and then swiping that nail, okay? That's the best way I know how to tell you to do your nail, okay? Especially when you're using your non-dominant hand, you want to get it as close as you can to that side wall the first time so that you don't have to keep going back and forth um, on that nail if possible. So as you can see, I still got a little bit more that I need to go in with. So I'm going to take a little bit more of this acrylic powder, and I'm just going to fill the rest of that in. Okay, so I'm going to turn my nail that way. And so as you can see, I'm filling in those gaps, and then I'm just going to swipe, pat, 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 making sure that everything is nice and blended and removing anything that should not be there. Okay. All right. So this one is looking, it's looking okay. I still got some filling to do. So I'm going to continue to fill this in, okay? So you don't want to get flustered, especially when you're using your non-dominant hand. You just want to go in with smaller beads and fill in your nails the best you can, okay? So as you can see, I have something here. So I'm going in with the smallest little bead there. Pat, pat, patting it down. Pat, pat, patting it down. I done filled in that whole side here. And so I think we're good. We're back filled in. And so as you can see, we're missing a little bit on this side. So we're going to take the smallest little bead, fill that in, and then you should have a fully beaded, filled in nail. Now, this is not for the faint of heart, child. You got to have tough skin. Tough, tough, tough skin, child, for this. Okay? All right. So, just filling in this side, pat, 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 and swipe. Swipe. Okay? Now everything is nice and filled in. So now I have a fully beaded, fully covered, restored fill-in on this nail. Now it's not gonna look quite as good if you aren't as good as I am, or if you aren't even just good at it, because I still got a long way to go. But you can see there, we still got some cleaning up to do with the drill. So we'll go back in and drill those just a second. Taking a little bit of monomer. Got a little bit here. I'm going to fill in this nail here. So when you're filling in your nail, try to get just enough. Like I said, when you go in with smaller beads, it might be a little bit better. You can pat, pat, swipe, pat, pat, swipe. Okay. All right. And I've had these nails on for, you're looking at about a month fill. I've been needing a fill-in, child. So they hold pretty good. It's just me mastering, using my non-dominant hand. And I'm not a lefty, so I'm still learning how to work with this left hand of mine. So I appreciate y'all for bearing with me, because it is a little tedious when I'm using this left hand. Just because I'm still learning how to get a feel for it. Hey y'all, hey. All right, making sure your brush is nice and clean. Gonna go in with just a little bit more acrylic. Small beads, small beads. You don't want them to be too crazy, okay? So then you're going to just take it, place it on there, okay? Pat, pat, pat. Pat everything in place, and swipe as you're patting everything in place, okay? So just like we're doing here. Just like we're doing here, okay? And it's gonna be okay if you don't get it the first few times, but the point is you're going to keep practicing until you get it nice and right, especially when you're, again, not used to using your non-dominant hand, okay? All right, so we got a nice feel there. I'm feeling comfortable about this hand and filling it in and how this feel is looking. Like I said, we will have to go in with the drill a little bit to like clean this up, of course, but I ain't tripping about that part. I'm gonna go in here because we're missing a little bit right here on this side here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pat, 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 and swipe. Pat, pat, and swipe. All right. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable about how that is looking so far. Um, being that this is my non-dominant hand, we're gonna work with it. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Ka-ching, ka-ching, bling, bling, bling. Okay. All right, moving on. Now we got our pointer finger. I'm gonna go in with a small bead here, so big enough to where I can get a nice coat on my nail. Okay. So I'm gonna do it like this, bend it down. Okay. Okay. Sidewall to sidewall. Just fill it in. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling goody in the hoodie. What you finna eat, babe? What you finna drink, babe? What you drinking? Ah, no, thank you. Thank you. All right. So we got that one filled in with one bead, y'all. I'm feeling good about it. And like I said, the more you practice, the better you'll get, okay? They look a little, right now. Because again, this is a month fill. Like I'm doing a month fill in. So, you just gotta stay consistent and trust. I trust that you all will trust yourselves to get it right. So this right here, I'm gonna show you. This is a bad bead, so I'm gonna take that off. And one thing you want to do is, and I haven't gone to nail school just yet. Next year, Lord willing, I'll be licensed. But I do know that you do want to get a nice bead, with however the case may be. So, hey y'all. All right, so we're gonna place it there. All right, pat, 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 and swipe. Pat, 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 and swipe. Okay. And then you're gonna take off any excess that you don't need. So like I went back too far. No worries. We're gonna just fix her up and push her back in there, right? So I'm feeling pretty good about this coat here. This coat here. I'm just making sure I don't have any open. So there's an open area there. So we need to fill that in, okay? All right. So I'm gonna take the smallest little bead, okay? And we're gonna fill that in. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, okay? Ka-ching, bling, bling, bling. All right. So I'm gonna go in with the smallest little coat there. Okay. Okay. Get it nice and right to that cuticle. Fill in that full area there. And then you're gonna swipe. You're gonna keep swiping, okay? You don't want it to harden and then you swipe. Like, no. And then we're filled in. And then whatever you don't need, like I said, you're gonna take off and you're going to continue on. Now, when you're doing your own nails, just try to make sure that you stay encouraged. You know what I'm saying? No matter, no matter the journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, child, because I'm telling y'all, they look a little scary right now, don't it? Ooh, but trust me, they gonna look real fire in the end. And if you've been rocking with me, then you know how I give it up. Um, like I said, I'm not licensed yet, and I still have so much to learn, right? But I do know, if one thing on this journey has taught me anything, is to never give up, even when it's hard. They make me want to go harder. So yeah, and then nail foils might be your best, maybe your best friends too. As you can see, this is what I'm using here, to mold my acrylic. I really like these. They're really easy to use, and yeah, I have no I don't have any much to say. So I ended up doing these nails probably like 2 weeks ago. So this hand wasn't as it wasn't as bad as the other hand. Like I said, like you can see, like I don't have much to fill in here, but I have enough to where I can just go in with the smallest little bead. And this is where I say like small beads matter so that you aren't overstimulating your cuticle area. But do what works for you. And yeah, so you're gonna put that bead on there, pat, 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 sidewall to sidewall, and swipe. Okay? And you're gonna take your time each time you're doing that, um, so that you're filling in the full perimeter of the nail, okay? And so I'm gonna show you the difference from when I use my dominant hand, which I'm using my right hand, versus my left hand. Cause child, the left hand, we child, we be fighting sometimes. But okay, so you can see that's a nice little bead, not too crazy, not built too much. It's just perfect, right? And then, well, you look over here, child, we got some more to go, which it ain't as bad, right? Because we need to still shape this. We just fill this one in. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you just got to talk to yourself. Just say, um, you know, how Dory was telling all the fishes on, or all the fish, excuse me, all the fish on um, Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. You got to keep swimming, okay? So I was going to go in with this bead here, but that's too big because look at this right here. You can see I don't need much to fill this in. So you're going to go in with a small bead. And I do mean a small bead. And I really am excited to go to nail school to learn like the correct verbiage for everything, which I feel like I'm saying everything right, but when I am doing this, I know that I could be saying more, but y'all get it right. You get it. So you're gonna go in with the smallest little bead here. Stay encouraged and fill it in, okay? Now you're gonna go sidewall to sidewall, making sure that everything is nice and filled. If it's not, then just go back in with another small bead. You got this, okay? You ain't giving up. Hell, nails is too high to be for you to be giving up on you. You got this. Just fight through it. Just if you gotta cry it out, cry it out. I'd rather you cry than give up. You got it. This is your year. This is our year. Like I said, if Lord willing, I'm gonna be monetized next. I mean, I'm gonna be monetized by the end of this year in Jesus' name. But I'm going to be licensed by next year. So even if you ain't licensed, it's still something that you can learn. Hell, I ain't licensed yet, and I love playing it with my nails, you know what I'm saying? And doing nails because I take it serious, you know what I'm saying? And I know that it's a lot of y'all out there that, may just be in your head. Get out your head, baby girl, baby boy. You got this, okay? You got this. Because, men be doing nails too. They be slaying too. Before I just started doing my own nails, there was this man that used to slay my nails at the Chinese place that I used to go to. Yeah, he was cold. He's a stone cold. You know what I'm saying? Watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So you got this. Just get out of your head, get in your Bible and just keep going, okay? All right, so as you can see, I really don't need a whole lot there either, okay? So this bead right here is really too much, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take that off. You're gonna put that back and go in with a much smaller bead, okay? All right. So you're gonna make sure you have enough monomer. Still too big. You're gonna make sure you have enough monomer and go in with that bead. Now, if you don't have a lot of monomer, if you don't have enough monomer on your brush, then you're not gonna pick up a good bead. It's possible to pick up as good of a bead, I should say. So I'm gonna go in with something of that sort. All right. I'm gonna go pat, 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 and then we're gonna just swipe up. Okay. And the reason why I say pat, pat, pat is because you're filling in. that open area that has no acrylic on it. So you want to make sure that you're getting it on there nice and right with the smallest of the smallest little beads so that you aren't oversaturating your cuticle area with acrylic. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. So, looking goody in the hoodie there. Okay. I'm feeling good about that there. How we looking, y'all? I trust that y'all gonna tell me the truth. Okay. And that can be a little bit better. So I'm gonna go in with one more small bead. Okay. Literally the smallest of the smallest bead. Okay. And when we get right at that cuticle area, right there, pat, pat, and swipe. Pat, pat, and swipe. Okay. Now take off anything you don't need, like this little bit right here, and then you're gonna keep going. Okay. Got this, right? So you see, it's looking much better than this hand here. Ooh, wait, this hand's scary. This hand's good. Okay. Got a little bit of work to do with the drill. It's okay again. Not much to fill in here. So I'm gonna go in with barely any monomer. I mean any acrylic on here. I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. So you gotta make sure that your brush is not overly saturated with monomer, but just enough, or else, child, tell you'll be crying saying, "Oh my God, girl, I got it, I got it." And I'm gonna tell y'all a true story. I remember when I was starting out with nails, I used to ask so many questions to like so many, um, not so many, but I used to ask questions to uh, this one nail lady that I used to come in on her work. I used to really like to work with her. And I used to ask her, what's the monomer to acrylic ratio? And she used to say, honestly, I can't tell you because you would have to do it to know. And for the life of me, I could not understand why she gave me that answer. And I used to be like in my head, like, does she really not want to tell me? You know, does she really not want to tell me? Or like what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? And so until I started taking my acrylic nails more serious. And she wasn't lying. Like you really have to practice and practice and practice to know, just what the ratio to acrylic powder is so that you can get down the aesthetic of mastering the acrylic nail art or acrylic nail art, whatever it is. So I used to beat myself up like, dang, nobody want to tell me the truth. Like, nobody want to tell me. It's like, no, people are genuinely out here wanting to help you, and when they tell you a piece of advice, honestly, you have to pay attention to the whole totality of what they're saying because it's not that they may not want to help you. It's just that you have to do it by trial and error, and that's totally fine. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather us go trial and error than not, and you know, just be sitting there like a lump on the log without mastering our craft. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So I'm gonna go in with a small bead here, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and pat, 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 sidewall to sidewall, pat, 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 and drag, okay? Now, the point that I try to make with going in with smaller beads is that you can build upon small beads, right? Now, if you was to go in with a thicker bead, again, this is just an at-home nail tech about to be licensed, so amen. Sure, say amen. Amen. Um, the point that I try to make with going in with a small bead is that, you can build upon a small bead versus you going in with a big old thick triple D, double D, double D bead, and then, you know, psyching yourself out. You know what I'm saying? So you can build upon these smaller beads. So you're gonna go sidewall to sidewall and swipe. That way you can see That way you can see where you need to feel and all of that. So that's why I always try to encourage you all to go in with smaller beads so that you can definitely, build upon that and work your way all the way up to the finished look of whatever shape you're going for with the acrylic, okay? And then you have less of a typically, right? I'm not gonna say all the time, but typically you would have less of a drill down than you would if you were to go in with a, you know, um, just thick old bead. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So take it for what it is. But yeah, small beads for the win. Okay, small beads for the win. Small beads for the win. Okay. Sidewall to sidewall, swipe, swipe, swipe. Okay, you see that? So we're building upon the nail. Okay, and so I'm gonna come back to this area here in just a second. In the meantime, in between time, we're gonna continue to extend this nail out. Okay, so I'm getting just enough acrylic on there. Okay, I'm actually gonna go this way, so that way you all can see it from this view too. So you see how I go if I was to go in with, which I'm going to work it in this way. You see how you shouldn't go in with a bead, um, like up and down like that, just yet. Try to stay going the same exact way as you started, right? Because then you don't have so much to build upon, or you aren't making yourself upset because you've gone that way and now you have to, clean up or fill it in. Just try to stay consistent. Like I did this on purpose to just, again, try to help you all see why it's important to stay consistent with whatever method that you're going to use, okay? Because then you can still see my freaking nail, right? My nail, right? That's okay. You know, mistakes are bound to happen. You're gonna live. You're gonna learn. Um, but this is why it's important to again go in and stay going the same way, and we're gonna continue to use smaller beads. Okay. So then you're gonna go in right in the middle. Okay. And it's important for you to go right in the middle because then you can pat, 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 swipe down and fill in all of that area that you was just gonna fuss about, right? Right. And then boom, look at that. It's looking like gold. You know what I'm saying? And you got a nice smooth build. You may have to go in on this side to continue to fill in, but that's okay. Versus you going up and down and working yourself up, you don't want to do that. Okay? All right. So I'm gonna fill in this area right here because as you can see, you can still see my nail just a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna work it out. We finding it. We finding it. We finding it. Show deal. Show deal. All right. So now you're gonna go in with your small bead. Okay. And then this is where you're gonna go right back here. Because you want to make sure that the cuticle area has a nice stable base. And swipe up and continue to fill in, okay? All right. We're going to take off anything that you don't need. You see that? We're filling it in. We're filling it in. Filling it in. We didn't even have to use a whole lot of acrylic to do that either. That's why small beads are important, okay? Can't stress that enough. At least that's what helps me. And I hope that it helps you all too. So we still got a little bit that we need to go in here. So you're going to take your handy dandy acrylic brush, dip it in your monomer, and go in with the smallest bead. Okay? Like so. Okay? And then you're going to fill that in right about here. Okay, you're going to go just like so. You know, you're going to work it in there. Okay? Work it in there. It's gonna look kind of like who did it and why, but that's okay. We're building it. We're building it. You still can see that nail there. So go in with one more small bead that can go all the way across the top, something like so. All right. Pat, pat, pat. Swipe, swipe, swipe. And we are officially fully covered. Okay. And it took some time, and I'm sure there are other better methods out there, but this is just what works for me. And, you know, like I said, I like to help you all see where I'm coming from with my methods. And, you know, if it doesn't work for you, it just doesn't work. But at least you have something to work with so that you aren't giving up on you, right? As you're starting, okay? So, now this is kind of thin here. So we want to fill that in just a little bit. The tip. So fill that in, pat, pat, pat. Swipe. Put everything in place. And don't worry, we're going to file it down. That's a part of it. Okay? Then I'm still seeing a little something over here, so I'm going to fill that in too. And if you're still seeing your fingernail, just try to go in and correct it as best you can, okay? As best you can. Get that in place, okay? Give it some time to do what it does, and just swipe, okay? All right, looking good. Now, by the time we get done with these, y'all will be like, dang, those are night and day. I know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. Look like feeling okay about it. That's why I'm really excited about nail school too, so that I can get it down in one bead. But overall, the rest of them look pretty good, right? Yeah. All right. While this one is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the handy dandy drill. Now you want to make sure that you are making sure that your brush is nice and clean. Okay. So just spread it and do a nice little rub and go on. Okay. That's it. That's all. Okay. All right. Boom. We're good to use the next time. So now we're gonna pull out the drill. We're gonna cover this up because we don't want any of the little drill filings to get caught on there. We're gonna pour this back into my handy dandy thingamajigger soon. And so I'm going in with the the Delaney nail drill here. My little rug and it's been did some stuff. So I'm gonna take that off there, and then I have some of these files here that I got off the shin. So I'm going to be going in with my 120. sanding bit here. And we're going to go ahead and sand these nails. Okay. All right. Put that on there. So you can find these drill bits off of Shein. I got this nail drill right off of Amazon. I sure did. Sure did. But I really like these because they come with 4 different sanding bits. Pretty much all the ones that you will need when you're doing nails. And so, yeah, it works. Hey, y'all. Hey, Nail Crusade. Thank you for stopping by, lovely. All right, so I'm going to give this hand some time to dry. So here we go with this non-dominant hand, child. Lord have mercy. These looking scary, baby. But we're going to start off with, on about a 3. Okay? And so here we go. We're going to make sure that we are, okay, let me get a little bit closer. We're going to make sure that we got everything nice and neat as best we can with this. As best we can with this non-dominant hand, okay? Okay? So what I'm doing is just making sure that my cuticle area, this nail is looking nice and right. I'm gonna turn it to the side here and make sure everything is nice and right, and pretty much go from there. Okay. And you want to make sure that your cuticle area is flawless, honey. Okay, flawless, like Beyonce. Okay. All right. Feeling goody and the goody about that. Taking your time. And again, this is you're using your non-dominant hand. We ain't giving up. We ain't fretting. We just having a good time, right? And making sure that everything is nice and filled in, okay? Now, all right, I'm feeling good about that. Okay, and not too crazy. We're looking good, right? We're looking better, right? Don't worry about that tip. I'm gonna clean it up, baby. All right. Next, we're gonna move on. Start nice and slow. You don't want to hold it in the same place for too long, or else it's going to chip away the acrylic that you might need in that area. So try to get a nice grip with your thumb, hold it, and just continue to go clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise. Flip that finger. You got me wrapped around your finger. Alright, so I'm trying to get a nice grip, cleaning up this area, pull this down, try to make sure my sides pull down. And thank y'all so much for chilling with me on this good on my birthday. It ain't my birthday where I'm at yet. I still got an hour to go, but it's my birthday in Mississippi. Alright, so make sure everything is nice and right. Make sure you got a grip. You see how I'm holding that thumb on there? Yeah, you gonna hold that thumb on there now. You gonna hold it down, okay? Hold it down. Lay it down. Lay on. Alright. Now when you do your own nails by yourself, child, ain't nobody can tell you other than give you some motivation and encouragement and feedback to make sure you do better. But all the negativity and stuff, you don't hear it, okay? Because you're doing it, okay? You're doing it on your own. You ain't paying about $150, 170, 80, 40. You're doing it yourself. You're taking your time, staying consistent, persistent, praying through it all, and hey, you're gonna be good. Alright, so I'm just making sure that I like what I see here. Alright, how we looking? Y'all liking the way they look? A little bit better, right? A little bit better. So, we're gonna keep moving on, okay? Keep moving on. I gotta put this right here, y'all, because earlier I was leaning on this thing would hurt my arm. Alright, so we're doing the same thing here. And I do apologize if y'all can't see because of the comments. I've been trying to figure out how to do it, how to fix it, but I ain't figured it out yet. Alright, taking that thumb, making sure you're pinching that extra meat out the way and go all the way around that cuticle area, okay? Now you want to make sure you have your drill on a low speed to where, or a high enough speed, right, to where it's doing what it needs to do, but low enough speed to where it is not hurting your finger, okay? Because that can be the issue for some people too, you know. Yeah, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. All right, you're gonna turn that hand back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Like I said, you ain't just holding the drill on your nail because you don't want too much to be chipped away, right? But enough, okay? But enough, okay? Got this. Alright, it's looking goody in the booty. Alright, bam. How we looking? We looking good? Looking better? Alright. So, like I said, they feel if you go in with a small enough bead, you shouldn't have that much to clean up. Um, but hey, it differs for everyone, okay? Because it might be some people that's in a distance and they can just go in and boom, blam, boom, blam, but I'm still learning how to be there. Okay? Take this slow. Take this slow. Alright, we just fixing this area here, back and forth, back and forth. Clean it up. Feeling satisfied. Alright. Alright, feeling satisfied about that. Now we work our way. This is my last nail. Using my non-dominant hand to file this right hand of mine. Thank you, God. But hey, we doing it. We finding it. We sure did. Back and forth, back and forth. And like I said, you want to make sure you're going back and forth to make sure you get that smooth look and smooth round cuticle. Okay? So just take your time, okay? Take your time. Don't let people trick you out your spot now. Don't let them. You got these, you know. Sometimes we be in our head and like, oh, I should be here right now. I should be. No, God got you right where He wants you to be. I'm speaking to you when I say that. It's so much more. I feel like I should be doing everything else, but hey, right now He got me where I need to be. That's right here with y'all. We learn together. I'm gonna teach y'all even more when I go to school. So, you know, I have this is my testimony, a part of it. So, hey, you got this. All right. All right. I'm feeling good about this look. And so I'm gonna move on. All right. We'll shape everything in just a sec. Ooh, in just a second, okay? Feeling good. Nothing is coming up. All right. Now we're gonna switch to my dominant hand to complete my non-dominant hand. Okay. All right. Here we go. Gonna start with that good old pinky. This hand way better. I don't know how much to do over here. Really ordinary people. Huh? Yeah, I did a feeling. I was actually turned up my drill to about 6. Actually, I'm gonna turn it down to about 5. Alright. See that? Nice, clean, beautiful. See that? Nice. Look better, don't it? Not much to do here at all. I like it when it's like that. You better believe me when I tell you. Take it slow. Listen, take it slow. I can't do it. You should watch it from the beginning. Alright, looking better, y'all? Alright. Alright. Better? Alright, this right here needs some work. Ooh, it's okay, we're gonna fix it. Gonna look like a brand new head. Alright. Turn it up just a little bit. time, okay? I don't care if they ugly starting out. They ain't starting type thing. Alright? I said one day we ain't gonna be here. We're gonna be at one full swatching up. Meantime, in the meantime, this is what we got. Let me show you how it looks. Whew, way better, ain't it? Ooh, I was not sure we was gonna. That one was gonna be looking alright. That's how we was sure be. You just never know sometimes. Alright, now I'm gonna go over and across just to get it nice and even as possible so we don't have that little bump and lump. And as you can see, when I go over and across like that, it just kind of smooths it out. And then we don't have all those bumps and lumps. Like I said, here soon I'll have all the verbiage down correct and all of that. But, yeah. Alright. So, I'm feeling good about that. We gonna swipe that off. Swipe that off. And now we're gonna take our handy dandy filer. And you're gonna get it nice and under there, okay? And you're gonna try to keep it as straight as you can, okay? Okay. You got this. See that? Looking good, right? All around that cuticle area, all around the mirror. Alright? Got this. So for all my people that's at home right now, like, dang, I wish you can do this. You can. Get out your head and get into your bag. Okay? Keep it straight, under, and straight. Under, and straight. Okay? Clean up that cuticle area, all around that nail. And well, voila. Okay? Same thing here. Under, straight as you can. Under, straight as you can. Okay? That way, yeah, I'm talking about my doggone file. It's been under the wrist. Alright. Clean up that cuticle area. Bam. Hold them like that. Looking good, right? Right. Okay. Next, we're gonna go in here. Under. Get nice and straight as you can possibly get it. Alright. Cup, please. Cup, please. Alright, now this one, child, you gonna have to work it. You got a nail like this one? Ooh. All I'm gonna say is don't give up. Child, you will test you in ways you ain't been tested. There are the nails so far. And it's just that hand. Y'all know we gotta use our non-dominant hand to go ahead and oh, here we go with this left hand. So bear with me. Okay, bear with me. Ooh, this thing. Please be nice to me tonight. Okay, we working with some. Okay. Still, you're gonna make sure you got a nice grip. Okay. Hey y'all. I say hey to everybody. Nice and straight. Get under there. Nice and straight. Nice and straight. Alright. And then we're gonna go all the way around the cuticle area. Now, some people actually don't go in and do their other hand. Simply because sometimes I hear it's too much. Or they'll just pop on a press on nail on the non-dominant hand, on the other hand, because they aren't as comfortable with using their brush or just using their opposing hand that they don't typically use. It's totally fine, but the only way you're gonna get better is if you try. You keep trying, keep doing what it is you need to do. Okay? Go all the way around the cuticle. On those two. Okay. Under, straight across. Under, straight. Under, straight. Just me, you. I know. You be wanna tap out by this time, but you can't tap out now. I gave you this talent for you to use it and to win. Okay? Alright? Alright. Under, under, straight. Okay. Same thing on this side. Under, go straight. Under, go straight. About 37 minutes until my birthday here. This, alright. I got this one right here, this guy. And honestly, the nail has grown out under there. So it's too long. So I'm actually gonna put that just actually no, I'm gonna use this. I'm just sawing this down, sawing down my tip. All right. Take a little bit more off this top here. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Alright, I'm feeling a little satisfied with it. Way better. Way better. And now you can just shape it back to whatever shape you were using or you were doing on your nails, okay? So that's the easiest way. Uh, and then you can file it too or whatever you want. But I had to take some of that off. Now it's looking a little lower than, but we'll fix that. We'll fix that. Don't worry about it. Okay, you're gonna go under and on the side. Same thing here. And then this is my non-dominant hand, so I'm trying to work it as best I can, y'all. I do appreciate you. I'm gonna use this 180 side. As you can see, the shape is starting to form back. We're gonna be Teddy in the hoodie as long as I can get this side nice and tight and right. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm feeling okay about it. This is where the feeling is, so I ain't tripping too crazy about it. All right. So now that we got everything nice and tight and right how we want them, it's time to file. And then it's time to buff. Then I'm going to wash my hands. And then I'm going to, make sure I can hear. Can y'all hear me okay now? All right. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. I never knew that love this. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, now we're gonna bust the nails. I got these off the Shein. Actually, I won't add special sauce, which is my cuticle oil. And then I'm going to just do it like that. I'm gonna wash these nails in just a second, but first, all right. All right. All right. Time to wash them. All right. So now I'm gonna wash them. Oh shoot. Oh Lord. All right. So now I'm gonna wash them with my brush here. Okay. I'm gonna step to my sink and wash them out. But this is what they're looking like. Okay. So let me step over here, wash them out. Now we're back. Got those hands washed, and now we paint. Y'all ready for this? Alright, so here's how they look before we paint them or anything. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna go in with just some basic colors, pretty much. So I'm gonna go in with my hand under. Let's move some of this out. Alright, so first I'm going to start off with my Exagi number 17, order number 17. Alright, I'm going to do that on my pointer finger. Okay, I'm gonna add that here as my base coat. This right here is kind of like a extension polish gel. Uh, kind of like it, I'd say. All right. Next, we're gonna go in with my handy dandy. Hold on, I'm a little cold, so I had to turn my heat up. Alright, so now we're gonna go in with that pinky nail the same way. This will be the base coat for this nail as well. The middle nail will be like a black sparkly color, and then the white will be in the middle. Okay, I'm just making sure I get all around the perimeter of this nail. Okay. We're gonna go in with our Nor White. Okay. So I got this set off of Amazon because it's a black and white. Okay. So I'm gonna go in with that white here, middle. Almost running off, y'all. Alright. And as you can see, I'm taking my time getting as close as I can to that cuticle, but not going over. Okay. Go over on the side. It's okay. We're gonna clean it up. Try to not go over the cuticle area. Okay. Some nice even strokes. Different strokes for different folks. Alright. Now we're gonna go in with our black. And so I'll be using the Whitney black here. It has a little bit of glitter in it. Okay. Looks like that. Okay. And taking my time getting close to that cuticle area. Not over. And then we'll, once we go in with our second coat, we will start our design. We will go in with our design. Okay, we got some cleanup to do. And I have the perfect tool to make sure we clean it up nice and neatly. Alright. I'm also going to be doing this nail here in this color. It's number 17. Alright. So I'm going to be cleaning these nails up with my toothpick tool. And then we're going to pop it in the nail lamp. So I go in with this tool here, clean it up, pop it in the nail lamp for about 60 seconds. Okay, so I just clean this up with this tool here on each nail, so we don't have any extraness going on or what have you. Okay, clean it up all around that nail. Okay, okay, we clean it white up, taking your time. Just clean it up. Alright. Same thing on this nail here. Right. And then we're gonna pop it in the nail lamp. Okay. So that's how it's looking right now. If you missed our live from earlier, then I ended up doing some bumblebee nails. Just some quick little bumblebee nails. We did some bunny nails. We did Winnie the Pooh nails yesterday. We just did a few little things there. Yeah, so once this comes out, we're gonna go in with the second coat, and then we're gonna start designing the nails. Um, and this is something that you all can do at home if you want. But yeah, it's pretty simple, pretty easy, nothing too crazy. I'm gonna do, but I definitely had to get that feel in first before I moved on to doing my actual design. All right, so going back in with the second coat. All right, so second coat there. Then we're gonna move on to our second coat here. I'm going back over the line, but that's okay. We're gonna clean it up. Okay, clean that up. Okay. Acetone. Okay. So like I said, for all of my people that are watching right now that are in your head, baby, we actually, this is just a thought thing until it came reality. Okay. Trust me, you can do it too. Right? So now we're gonna go in with that second coat of this shimmer black here. Let's see. And get as close as you can to that beautiful area without over saturating it. And if you go over the nail, if you go over into your cupils a little bit, I mean into your skin a little bit, it's okay. Just clean it up, child. We all make little hiccups. Like I said, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. You better not plan to finish strong. Strong. Alright, here is the second coat of everything. Looking good. I'm going to pop it in the nail lamp. And then now we're going to go ahead and get started with our design. The design that I'm going for today, very, when I say yeah, it's so simple. Child, you better watch your eyes go. Yeah, close your eyes. Yeah. There you go. You get it. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my brown, if I can find the brown. Let me look for the brown right here. So, um, alright, y'all. Every time I put these colors back in, these doggone things get mixed up so good. I'm trying to look for my chocolate like me. It's scared me like me into chocolate. Alright, so we got the second coat here. Alright. It's glitter. Alright, so bam, boom, bam. Thank you, man. Alright, first things first. This nail and this nail will be similar. This nail, yeah. This nail and this nail will be similar. This nail right here will just have a rule. This nail we're gonna cow print. This nail we're gonna jewel. Okay. So let me just pulling out my nail art polish. I'm looking for specifically the gold color. Okay, so here it is right here. So I'm going to be using that tonight or today. Wherever you are in the world. Bright, shining, harder, and shine. Be the star. We will live. We are the star. Alright. So now I'm going to do my little keep the dancing. Okay, so now I'm going to just cure this right here. Okay. Alright. Cure that for about a couple seconds. And then we're going to move into our next nail. So you're going to need a palette for this next set. I mean, this next piece. Or maybe not. Maybe you don't. But yeah. Because I'm going to do a few mixtures of brown and black for my cow print, then you're going to want to, make sure you have a palette or whatever. But it's up to you how you want to do it. Alright, so one take one little time. So here we go. Here. We're going to, oh shoot. We're starting to drip, y'all. Almost missed it up. Missed it up. Missed it up. So again, make sure you get close to the pupil area, fill it in. Okay, fill it in. Now, because this is 3D, then I'm also going to be using this color on this 3D gel. See there? Dancing. Move my nail around so y'all can see. Design. Uh-oh. Man, did not make it, y'all, to the bottom. So now you're going to take your time and go over that 3D design with your nail brush. Okay. All right. And so this is what it will look like. Okay. It's going to look kind of goldish, like a goldish color. A bit closer. Yeah, I see that. So it looks gold. So that's what you want to go for. Okay. If this is the look that you want to go for. Wait, so we're going to pop that into the nail lamp. So that's our first design. Next design, you're going to take your black and you're going to place a little bit of black on your palette. And then you're also going to take your brown and place it on your palette as well. So I'll be going in with the Nor Black here. Okay. And then we'll go in with some more. So the jewels that I'll be using some more tonight will be these gold jewels. Okay. Don't be shy, be a star. All right, let's put these up. Let's put that up. Alright, taking the black here. This is the Nora Black here. Putting a little bit on your palette here. Just need a little bit. You don't need a whole lot. And then I'm also going to be going in with this color shade of brown by Rizzy. Alright. So now I'm going to take my pointer brush. My pointer tool, dotting tool. Take my dotting tool here and go in with my design. So I'm going to do a little bit like that. Okay. Let's see this. All right. that into the nail now. And then we're going to move on. And now we're going to have some fun with some jewels. So I'm going to do the outline and then, shoot. I'm going to do the outline and then I'm going to move on. So I was stuck between these jewels and then these jewels here. I think I'm going to just stay with these jewels, do a few of these as opposed to these, but I'm going to see what it looks like first. I think I'm going to switch it up. Switch it up just a little bit, just a little bit. Right. Still baking and stuff and things. 4 seconds left on the nails. All right. So now I'm going to go in with nails here. Some glue. I'm going to be adding some jewels all around. Take this same dotting tool and a little bit of glue there and just pick up some of it. And then we're going to spread them all about this nail like so. So this is going to be essentially the design for this one. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you, baby. It's my birthday, y'all. So it's my birthday. Okay, I love you. You hear me? Babe. Babe. Sugar. You hear me? Say I love you. Love you. Trying to place these beads as best I can, Jim. So I'm just randomizing these beads. these, but I know I want it. Here we go. I think I'm pretty satisfied. This is good. Yeah, stop. Come on. This thing gonna melt pieces of me off. Stuff been slid all down. This a little bit angle. All right. Good morning, Miss Tara. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Right. Next, I'm going to do the thumb, and then we're going to place our, we're going to place our jewel, which I think I'm going to go for rose, you know, like spice it up. Spice it up for my birthday. Each year, birthdays get, I don't know, what do you want to go? Because what do y'all want to choose? Right? But, you know, I feel like I've gotten everything except for I just be thankful to be on earth, you know, to be here. God waking me up and giving me the opportunity to do it all over again. Let's go. Let's go. Accessorize the rest of it. I could do a coin. Too I'm gonna stick in the room, so here we go, here we go. Rose to me. Rose to myself. Alright, I present you with the rose, me. You know, we try to be ourselves sometimes. It's just a new thing. I talk to y'all, that's why we talk to you. Let it flow. Let it flow. No, just look like a little. I mean, like just a little stem, right? Slime, baby. It's sliding, baby. Let me see what else I can put on there. So let's see if I can which I had a little hard in here. So country. I think for real, I'm just gonna stick with the rose. I thought I had some roses there. Okay, so this one is a different rose. Let's flip it. You know, accessorizing to the yeah. We're gonna stick with what I got, y'all. These ones, they don't have a jewel in it. That's okay, right? You know, that's what I was. Alright, picture with me for you. Oh, I like it. To stay. Feeling good, you know. Put it in the video, baby. Pop it in the middle. And then we're gonna accessorize the outside of it with like a few little jewels. I think I'm gonna actually add some like this small rhinestone to make it pop a little bit. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. To design our thumb as well. Alright. So let's see. So now I'm gonna take our little jewel. I'm gonna do one just like right here. Actually opposite of that because so no. So one about there. One about right here. Okay. So I'm gonna take it. And then I'm gonna add one more right about here. Okay. Should I put one right? So here's my little rose. finding it. We're finding it. We're finding it. Okay. Alright, so once that is done, we're gonna move on to our thumbs. These are so dang cute. Now we're going to do a cow design right here. Okay. We're gonna make it, oh shit. Oh my god. No. I'm so pissed off. Oh, man. What are these? Oh my god. Just wasted that ball. Oh, I'm so pissed, y'all. Oh my god. Look at that. Just wasted all my freaking. Look at that. This thing, my god. Oh my god. It's not oh, I should say. But I'm very much pissed. What the fuck? It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. Here we go. Oh my god, I'm so pissed off. Just get your ass back in here. Moving on. Alright. Alright, y'all. So, we are going to do a half cow print. This it's not going to be like a typical print. It's going to be like jagged and all of that. Just totally look at all of them. Like, say, ain't nobody problem with my own, you know? That's why it pays for y'all to make sure your stuff is closed. The colors are closed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're gonna take our tool. Take our little tool here. Take our white. Let's add a little white there. And we're gonna just fresh. Two things. Just a little bit. some of that off. So again, we're gonna go in this jagged and crooked again. All this is meant to be. So kind of like that look. So yeah. Clean that up there. That little bit right there. It's okay if it's mixed up because we're a little greedy right there, similar to that one. Okay. So I'm gonna pop that into the nail labial for about 60 seconds. As you can see, I took that one off, and I'm gonna rebuild it much better because now I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah, now I just pop it off real fast. Alright, I gotta put some of this stuff back. I gotta reorder me some of this gold. Oh my god, I cannot believe I did that. That's crazy. Make sure you put your tops on everything for all my nail people out there. Or else it will spill out, and baby, there you go. And spend some more coinage. Even though it ain't just too crazy bad, but still, that's the point of putting the top on stuff, so you don't have to keep spending money on the same thing. Chain there. We use this chain right here. Just a minute too. Yes, it is. Yeah, looking like I want to look. So bad. Set fire in this here. Alright, here we go. Put your second coat there. As close as you can to that smile line. Oh. And then take your liner brush and fill the rest. Especially this little jagged area right here. And if you go over the line, it's totally fine. You can clean that up. Brush is on the side. So now we're gonna clean this up with a little bit of the acetone. And we're gonna cure it one more time, and then we're gonna go in with our design and then our 3D. Okay? So there's a lot going on, but it all flows. Thank God that it all flows. So after we are done doing that, I'm going to chain the nails and then give you all the look that we're going to be having here in just a second. So I got about 46 seconds on the clock. Here is the Exige base color that I use. You can get this off of number 17. You can get this off of Shein. This is my favorite brand here. I'll pop that back into this box. It's about $3 on Shein for that nail polish there. Also, we are using Nora's black and whites tonight. This is Amazon. You get two for $4.99. Two for $4.99. Here is the white. There's the white there. Goody in the city. Alright, now we get to going with our handy. Where is it coming from? So now we get to doing our calculate. Actually, go ahead and do a 3D first. Alright, here is my little 3D design here. You can't really see it, but it's there. Let me go ahead and pop it in the nail now. Actually, I'm gonna take that out. It's not popping out like I want it to. Actually, yeah, because it's getting flatter and flatter the more we keep it out. Right? So we go in with our gel polish one more time. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And now we can go in with our cow print for this nail and offset it with the gold that's on our pinky nail as well. So it's all gonna look good. Just have to trust the process. All right. Okay, I'm gonna pop this out because you don't have to have it in these lamps too long when it comes to your 3D. Um, it usually hardens within a few seconds, so yeah, it's pretty hard. So I'm gonna start here with the tip. Uh-huh. Let's see. Mm, just the smallest little. Oh, that look more like it. Smallest little dot there. go. So we're gonna pop that into the nail lamp, and then I'm gonna go in with this gold here, the same gold that I used for, same gold that just freaking wasted out everywhere. That's okay. I think I'm gonna pay like $5 for these clothes, so it's okay. It's fine. So you get a gold and then you get a silver too. So got about 28 seconds, then it comes out of the nail lamp. It's just I'm wasting all over the place. It's crazy. Try to clean that up. Okay. Clean up anything that shouldn't be on here. Okay. Move on. So essentially, just clean everything up. Just a little too much, so move that back. Go. I'm gonna pop that into the nail lampion. So I'll show y'all what it's gonna look like. And ooh, ooh, not 2 hours, 18 minutes. Wow. Well, we did do a lot, so yeah, it's pretty good. All right, y'all. So we got about 60 seconds here. 60 seconds here. 30 seconds here. We're gonna chain the nail. It's one nail, and then I'm gonna show y'all what it's gonna be looking like before we go in with the second coat. Okay. I do appreciate y'all for staying up with me and slipping things on my birthday. seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. So now I'm going to just chain this right here to like give it a little bit more aesthetic. And we're going to just under this little part here, just a little bit. You want to make sure you definitely have enough for your chain for sure. It will pop out. This, yeah. Bring it down. Bring it down. And you really need your nippers for this part as well. So you can take off any. So leg flap, I put in the lap once I get it. I think I'm satisfied with that look. Pop it in there, and then I'm gonna grab my nippers. And I'm gonna take it out once I feel like it's, on there secured enough. There's a lot going on underneath this. Alright, I feel good about the chain. So you can see like it's still hanging a little bit. So I'm gonna take that off. So you just take your nippers and then you just put it on. Get it, go under the little chain. Leave it on. Oh, sweet thing. Probably got it off. So I'm gonna have to add just a little bit more glue right there. it down. Ain't good to do. Okay, now you put it back in place. And bam, voila. Make sure it's in place. Okay. Here we go. I'll drop it back in the nail for just a few seconds, and then it's going to do what it needs to do. And then I want to show y'all what it's going to look like. Which I've been saying what it look like the first coat, right? With, yeah, this was because I gotta get up early in the morning for to get ready for my pictures and everything. Alright, so here are the nails. This is just the first coat though of everything. So imagine what the second coat is gonna look like. Fire. Fire and desire. So yeah, ain't that too good to do it for you. Fill them nails in and get them done. These are my birthday nails. I think I'm gonna do something right here too, but I might just let it be the pattern. Because my outfit is different, so yeah. Alright, y'all. These are the nails. I hope y'all enjoyed them. We filled in the rest of my nails. I took this one off, so don't look at that one. So we filled in the nails, and then we just did our design. Okay, so like I said, this is the first coat. I'll be back tomorrow with the second coat. Yeah, baby. And then we'll go. Yes. Yeah. And then we'll go from there. Okay. Alrighty. I'm out. Be sure to like the video, share it, and subscribe. Thank y'all so much.